Hello Curious, and welcome back to our channel. We'd be safe in assuming that every one of you watching this has seen at least one movie that has starred Tom Hanks, right? He's one of Hollywood's most beloved actors, and there are plenty of stories that circulate in the internet about just how much of a nice guy he is. He even has a comic named after himself. Not like seriously, but what about his family? What is Tom Hanks like as a father? Have any of the actor's children followed in his footsteps? Why have some called his son Chet the black sheep of the family? And is Tom Hanks really related to an American president? Stay with us until the very end to find out more information about Hollywood's everyman and his family, but before we continue, don't forget to turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook so you are up to date with all of the hottest celebrity news. When Tom Hanks attended last year's Golden Globes, where he was receiving the Cecil B. DeMille Award for Outstanding Contributions to the World of Entertainment, his wife Rita Wilson and his 4 children had made a rare appearance with him. And that is not to say that his children stay out of the spotlight. On the contrary, but what is rare about this was the fact that they had made the outing as an entire family. So without further ado, let's get into things as we introduce to you the actor's children with plenty of interesting facts that we have gathered for you. Hank's 2 oldest kids are from his first marriage to American actress Samantha Lewis. The two married in 1978 and had 2 children, Colin and Elizabeth. Though after 9 years of marriage, the two got divorced in 1987. Though in this video, we won't be focusing too much on his love life, but rather his family. Though if you want to know more about Lewis and Hank's second and current wife Rita Wilson, you can also do so by clicking on the link above. But for now, make sure to stick around until the very end. His oldest son was born Collin Lewis Dillingham on the 24th of November of 1977, when his father was only 21 years old. He attended Chapman University before transferring to Loyola Marymount University. However, he ended up leaving that one too without earning a degree. But he had decided to follow in his father's footsteps and become an actor. His first acting credit came in the 1996 movie that starred his father, That Thing You Do. He had a small part of a page, and in it though, his break came in 1999 when he got the role of Alex Whitman in the sci-fi series Roswell, where he was a series regular for 2 seasons as well as making brief appearances in the 3rd one. He had appeared in several other movies across his career, such as a 2005 remake of King Kong, where he played the assistant of Jack Black's character, John, as well as playing an adult Alex in the Jumanji sequels that starred Dwayne Johnson and Jack Black. Where television is concerned, he also had appeared on shows such as Dexter, Fargo, and the latter show had even earned him nominations for a Golden Globe and an Emmy in the Best Supporting Actor category. On top of his acting career, Colin has also started his own business selling handkerchiefs, which he called Hank's Kerchiefs, which is a very clever name. Where his private life is concerned, while in college he dated actress Busy Phillips, and despite the fact that they parted ways, to this day their families are quite close and on friendly terms. In June of 2009, he announced his engagement to Samantha Bryant, who used to work as a publicist. The two got married on May 8th, and the following year in a ceremony that took place in Los Angeles, in 2011, they welcomed their first child, daughter Olivia Jane. Then, 2 years later in 2013, Samantha gave birth to the pair's second daughter, Charlotte Bryant. It seems that Hank Sr. is very fond of his daughter-in-law, and he even sees her as one of his children. During his Golden Globe speech last year, he said, "A man is blessed with a family sitting down the front like that. A wife who is fantastic in every way, who has taught me what love is. 5 kids who are braver and stronger and wiser than their old man is." Given that he only has 4 children, the 5th one was directed at Bryant. Tom's second child is his only daughter, still from his first marriage, and her name is Elizabeth. She was born on May 17th of 1982 in Los Angeles, and just like her brother, she too has tried her luck in acting. Though unlike him, she never decided to chase that as her career goal. On her IMDb page, there are credits as movie extras such as School Bus Girl in Forrest Gump or Bored Girl in Dress Shop in That Thing You Do, both of which are movies that star her dad. Though it did not mean that she strayed far from the media industry to search for her job, as she works as a writer, with the name being accredited to the bylines in the publications as The Guardian, New York Times, as well as BuzzFeed. And according to her Instagram bio, she is currently working on a book for a publisher, though there is no information as to what kind of book it is. So speaking of her father, following last year's Golden Globes, she posted a tribute to him on her Instagram that read, "Team Hanks is proud. I am proud, and more than that, lucky to have a father who has taught me to tell the truth breathe, to move forward, and that the hang is the best part of circus life, and that to make art is a gift from the gods. No other information is known about her private life at the moment. Now we move on to Chet, who's Tom's third child, but his first child with Rita Wilson, and who is often referred to as the black sheep of the family by the press, but we'll talk more about that in a moment, so be sure to stick around. Chester Marlon Hanks was born on August 4th of 1990, and following in the career footsteps of his older brother and father, he studied theater at Northwestern University. On top of acting, he's also a rapper, having recorded his first track, White and Purple, in 2011 under the alias Chet Hanks. The song was a remix of Wiz Khalifa's single Black and Yellow. In 2016, after being introduced to fellow musician Drew Arthur, the two formed a musical duo called FTRZ. And in 2018, they had released 2 singles and an EP titled Ocean Park. It seems that the two are still working together on new music, this time under the name of Something Out West, as they had released 2 tracks in 2020. Where his acting career is concerned, he appeared in shows such as Shameless and most recently in a drama series titled Your Honor, which also stars Bryan Cranston. Though for a lot of people who might have seen his name come up in the media, it's not for his music or acting that he's well known for, but rather for his controversies, and those are actually a few. Back in June of 2015, while under the influence, he caused damage to his room in a 4-star hotel in London by ripping the TV from the wall and leaving it smashed with glass across the floor. And this took place after he allegedly came back from a night out in the club, with one partygoer telling the Daily Mail that Hank's son was acting pretty obnoxious in the club and shouting, "Do you know who I am?" Other times, he had caused controversy when he filmed himself speaking in a fake Jamaican accent following the 2016 election results, which did get mixed reviews from his Instagram followers as well as fans of his father. Later, he would do the same exact thing at the 2020 Golden Globes red carpet, which earned him criticism for it, and people have called him out for cultural appropriation. Though the thing that most people remember Chet is for his addiction to illegal substances. At one point back in 2015, without a warning, the rapper had disappeared from his social media, which caused some fans to start worrying that something had happened, and some even thought that he had been kidnapped. Though, as he himself later came clean, the reason for that was that he was in rehab. Though, since then, he has stayed sober, throwing himself into gym workouts. However, it was his daughter Micaiah, who was born in April of 2016, that was his saving grace. Speaking with Entertainment Tonight in 2018, he said, "There's a part of you that knows that you need to make a change, but you can't really shut the door on your life and just move on to a new chapter. For me, it took something drastic happening, like becoming a father." But how did Tom Hanks react to it all? If the actor had any negative thoughts about it all, he never shared them with the media. The only thing he said when speaking with Entertainment Tonight was that as a parent, you love your kids unconditionally. You support them every step of the way. The Forrest Gump actor has highlighted the fact that he knows his 2 youngest sons grew up somewhat more privileged than his oldest 2 children because when Colin and Elizabeth were born, he was just, and here we quote, "just a young guy trying to make rent." And this now brings us to the youngest of the Hanks children, Truman Theodore, who was born in 1995. This is the one child that there is probably the least information about. His IMDb credits suggest that just like his father and older siblings, a career in the entertainment industry is what he's after, though maybe not by being right in the spotlight, but rather behind the scenes. On his IMDb page, he is listed as having worked on several projects, which include Marvel's Black Widow as a production assistant and a director of photography assistant, so soon enough we might be seeing another Hanks in the credits of your favorite movies and TV shows. Though it's not just his kids that are in the spotlight. Tom's younger brother Jim Hanks is also an actor and filmmaker, and while his roles might not be as flashy as his older brothers, he still has a few credits to his name. His first role was as Jeter Buford in The Buford's Beach Bunnies, and a close likeness to Tom allowed him to get the job of being his body double in the movie Forrest Gump. And on top of that, the fact that they have a similar voice, he often subtitles for his brother in the role of Sheriff Woody in various Toy Story video games and spin-offs such as the Disney Infinity series. Not to mention, he also voiced Woody in Disneyland's Toy Story Midway Mania interactive experience. Talk about getting lucky, right, Curious? But there is more famous relations. In 2019, a movie Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Hanks took to the role of Fred Rogers, who was a children's presenter, more commonly known as Mr. Rogers, and it just so turns out that the actor is actually related to him. Hanks was appearing on Access Hollywood when he learned of the news that he and the person who he was portraying were sixth cousins. His wife Rita Wilson could also not believe it that the actor just said, "It all just comes together, you see?" This, however, is not the end, as the actor has oh so casually revealed that he was related to none other than former US President Abraham Lincoln. You know, no big deal. This was something he revealed to the public when he announced that he would narrate a program titled Killing Lincoln. Tom had said that this is something that he had known since childhood, but never boasted about. Hanks and Lincoln are third cousins, 4 times removed from his mother's side of the family. While he never really talked about it much, the actor did once say, "I'm related to Abraham Lincoln. His mother was called Nancy Hanks, and the members of my branch of the family are either cousins or in-laws or poor relations." He did laugh and add that this was the president that he was always writing in his school essays on. So curious, did you know that Tom Hanks' children were also actors? Were you aware of the problems that Chet had faced? And are you surprised by the fact that Saving Private Ryan actor is related to Abe Lincoln? Please let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we shall see you in the next video. Until next time.